For months, it's been rising from the ground along Edmonton's 104th Avenue. The downtown arena, Rogers Place, will be the new home to the Oilers next season. Well, today, fans were allowed inside to check out where their team will play. And as Josh Skurnick reports, though it's far from ready, many are already dreaming big.
With wide-eyed wonder, cell phones, souvenirs aplenty, they waited in line to ask questions of the men and women whose hands built it.
Depending on their workload and where they want to go.
But really just to see.
Something else, that's for sure.
A dirt-covered, unfinished hockey rink.
This is awesome, awesome. I've been going to Oilers games since they became Alberta Oilers in '74, and I keep cheering for them. Unfortunately, I won't be able to afford a season ticket here.
I think it's going to be a new start for downtown. It's going to be a place to come and hang out, and it's going to rejuvenate the place.
It's not that the structure of the bowl for Rogers Place is complete or the scientifically orchestrated sight lines from seats to ice level are there. It's what the downtown arena represents for the Edmonton Oilers, a new era.
McDavid will be excited to come here, that's for sure.
An uncontrollable excitement.
Rogers Arena, Oilers, what's up? Woo!
It's so cold that within seconds exposed hands start to burn. The thermometer reads -22, but with wind chill, that's -31. Still, that didn't stop 1,000 people in the first hour from coming out and getting inside as fast as they could.
They gave the 1,000 workers usually here the day off, a thank you of sorts.
The patience of Edmontonians with the inevitable traffic snarls that come with construction.
As the crowd thins, Brian DeHaan and his son Joey check out the community rink. They hope to skate here.
We'd love to come and make it a destination, make a trip out here.
They'll keep building until the doors open in September. The hope for what this arena can do should last much longer. Josh Skurnick, CBC News, Edmonton.
An online war of words has been fought this weekend over the actions by Edmonton's Catholic School Board concerning a controversial letter by the Bishop of Calgary. Now, parents are wondering why it happened in the first place. And as Josh Skurnick reports, some are thinking of pulling their kids from class.
One of the tweets floating around this weekend asks why a government-funded school district would share, quote, anti-gay political letters from a religious official. Another says LGBTQ youth need protection from, quote, bigots like him. It all centers around Edmonton Catholic schools emailing a link to last week's controversial tirade by Calgary Bishop Fred Henry against mandated gender identity guidelines in schools. The email went to every parent in the student body Friday afternoon. Henry's letter called the new provincial rules totalitarian and anti-Catholic. Friday's email also had a copy of the provincial guidelines. Since then, one trustee publicly distanced herself from the decision, Patricia Grell saying in her blog that she tried to persuade the board not to send it. She was promptly attacked by supporters of Bishop Henry. Parents tired of the controversy say they are disappointed the Board of Trustees distributed the bishop's post, and one man says he is considering pulling his daughter from school.
If it's going to turn around that this is going to be an issue, I have reservations. About her attending.
You know what? I think it makes them in either a one side or the other. For some people, they're thinking that, well, we're doing what the province wants, but here's what the church wants, and we're almost like we're caught in the middle.
School Board Chair Marilyn Bergstra tweeted, the email never should have been sent to parents. We're expecting to hear more on the issue tomorrow. Josh Skurnick, CBC News, Edmonton.
Good evening, I'm Adrienne Pan. Sandra Batson is off tonight. An explosion at an oil sands facility near Fort McMurray has killed one person and seriously hurt another. It happened at Nexen's Long Lake facility. Our Josh Skurnick has been on this story through the night and joins us now with more. Josh.
Adrian, we've now learned the person in critical condition was flown by helicopter to the University of Alberta Burn Center in Edmonton. Besides that person and the one dead, we don't know what, if any, other injuries there are. This is video of the site as it stands tonight. I spoke to the Wood Buffalo Deputy Fire Chief. He says the flames were out hours ago. Now, according to Fire in Nexen, the call came in at 4:30 p.m. for an explosion at a coker, a machine that uses heat to convert bitumen into crude oil. Wood Buffalo sent an ambulance and a fire truck to the site to do standby and says at first it looked like what you would expect of an explosion.
There's lots of debris and stuff around and active fire, but it didn't take long for the Nexen crews to get the fire under control and extinguished.
Wood Buffalo's crews are still on standby as something of this size takes time to, quote, manage and mitigate. RCMP says there is currently no danger to the public and nothing about this looks suspicious. The Alberta Energy Regulator says the site 75 kilometers south of Fort McMurray is in lockdown and are investigating.
Nexen notified the AER of an explosion on January 15th in the afternoon. They're in the process of shutting down their facility, which is expected to take about 12 hours. They have established an emergency response center at its Long Lake facility, and the AER has dispatched staff to the site.
In a statement, Nexen says it is deeply saddened by this, and besides the two I mentioned earlier, all other personnel are accounted for. This isn't the first time a coker has exploded in the oil sands. In January 2011, an explosion at the Horizon oil sands site near Fort McKay First Nation injured 4 employees. As for Nexen Long Lake, this incident comes off the heels of their oil spill this past summer after a pipe to their facility burst and released enough oil, sand, and water to fill 2 Olympic-sized swimming pools. That leak resulted in the AER ordering them to shut down temporarily for not following pipeline maintenance and monitoring regulations. Adrian.
Yeah, a lot of people will be anxious to learn the cause of and the effect of this Nexen disaster. Thanks for that, Josh.
Well, as people in Alberta become more interested in sponsoring Syrian refugees, one group is helping people figure out how to go about it. The CBC's Josh Skurnick takes us to an information session.
So as Lauren said, my name is Nadine Nasser, and I'm a trainer at the Refugee Sponsorship Training Program.
This is similar to the PowerPoint Nadine Nasser showed immigration lawyers here in Edmonton, the same message she gave in Calgary. One more stop across Canada, teaching people how to sponsor Syrian refugees.
We are quite tired, but also really excited, and this is a really good time to be in Canada.
Funded by the federal government, her job is to explain to prospective sponsors who they can bring to Canada, their responsibilities, the cost, how to deal with all those forms.
You're trying to get some answers here tonight.
Yes, right? I'm trying.
People like Hodan Yusuf, who wants to bring her cousin here from Syria, but her cousin is a citizen of Somalia.
And so it's very, very complicated. It says if you're not Syrian or Iraqian, I'm not sure what is their process.
Some are here to help spread the information. Gordon and Joyce first came with the man from Kosovo they sponsored in 1999. They don't plan on doing it again, but want to tell others how to go about it.
Then they probably will think, well, gee, you know, Joyce and Gord did that, and they always talked about how wonderful it was. Why don't we get more information?
For Yusuf, the decision to act is already made. Sponsorship is a hope and a frustration.
They call me in the middle of the night. They say, like, where are we? What can we do? Everybody's running, and they're in the middle of nowhere. And they are even a foreign country to them.
Nasser says her group will come back to Edmonton. But for these 3 hours, the goal is to teach those here how to unlock the door to safety. Josh Kernick, CBC News, Edmonton.
People in our city were celebrating tonight. There was an official welcome for Syrian refugees at City Hall, and hundreds turned out for the event. Our Josh Skurnick was there too, and he has this report.
The name tags speak of 2 worlds, the home these Syrian refugees have left, the one they plan to make here in Edmonton. This gathering at City Hall is to welcome them with open arms, people like Salman El Haidar and Amin Hawanda, who arrived at the end of November.
They feel secure and safe, and they feel warm.
Now that they are safe, this meet and greet for 100 new Canadians is the next step, teaching them the rules, how to get around.
Remember this. It does get warmer.
How to be Canadian.
Though only some of the 1,000 Syrian refugees expected to come to Edmonton as part of the 25,000 as promised by the federal Liberal government are here, the organizers said they wanted to make sure they had the event anyway, right after the new year, to set a precedent for 2016.
This isn't only for them to meet Edmonton, but to meet each other. Though all from Syria, they come from different towns, different backgrounds, different struggles.
Part of when they left their country, they went to different countries as refugees, and just to connect with them, what are some of the things, what are some of the challenges maybe.
They say it's very good for us because we would like to see the others and know the others who came from the same place also. So we gather together and have a common talk together.
There will be another event like this one taking place soon, also organized by the Edmonton Federation of Community Leagues. Josh Skurnick, CBC News, Edmonton.